It's week 14 of the NFL, and we'll see Brock Purdy. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's the 49ers and the Bears. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
As the sun starts to set, we're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Heward on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage, run after run, and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense can get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And we're off from Levi Stadium. He fields it from the 8. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So here come the 49ers for their opening drive. And bringing them out, you cannot call him irrelevant ever again. Took his team to the Super Bowl last year. It's Brock Purdy.
And how do you really build on setting a new NFL record last week? I'm not sure you can. What we saw out of him might go down as his single greatest performance in an NFL uniform. What he can do, and we'll try to do here, is carry that momentum from last week into this week and go get them another win.
Purdy throwing here to start. Reeled in by George Kittle. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And that's good for a gain of 5. Jalen Johnson with the stop. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
Let's go now. At the Bears' 26-yard line.
Purdy gets this from the pistol. Cut at the 10-yard line. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take a 6-0 lead right away. George Kittle, the touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for him, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
That one right down the middle. And the 49ers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. This return starts at the 5. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. So out come the Bears, ready for their first possession. And leading them out to the #1 overall pick in this year's draft out of USC, a player with immense promise, Caleb Williams.
And you wonder, as he's about to take his first snap today, yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Williams starting with a pass here. Hits his target. That's DJ Moore. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. We're going to look here at the receiving numbers for him from last week. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Pickup of 2 here. And that's a Chicago first down. They're set up at the 35 now. Williams to throw on first. That's going to be caught by Everett. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Has his man, it's Swift. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Ooh, after that play, we can tell he's hurting. He's someone they need to help their playoff hopes. Training staff working on him now. First down, Williams. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it second down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Pick up of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. On 4th down, it's Torrey Taylor on for the Bears to punt this away. Christian McCaffrey on the 49ers return. Coming off a busy week, 5 punts in the loss, and he sends this one away. The 49ers are headed back out on offense as we get a look at Christian McCaffrey. And he's played a major impact in their passing game, too. Look at this. We're near the end of the season, and he's leading all NFL backs in receiving yards. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
They kick the running back in motion. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. On target to his back, here's Christian McCaffrey. And he gets it up close to the 25 before he's out of bounds.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Let's go. 10 yards. Brings up 4th down. Let's go now.
They're going for this. That's cut beyond the marker. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They come through with a massive gain there on 4th down. 24 yards, and it's a 1st down.
So close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
Now after that play, we've got somebody shaken up, and you don't want to see serious injury in the midst of their playoff push. He's being looked at here. From the gun is Purdy. Has him on the quick hitter. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first. Running back sent in motion. Purdy throwing here on first. Escapes the pocket. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down. Shotgun snap for Purdy. Bails out of... Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the Bears bring in an extra defensive back for this third down. Empty backfield now. The running back motions out left. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Oh, this big guy is moving. And he's going to score. Touchdown, San Francisco. The 49ers pull out in front further, 13-zip. George Kittle, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. A quick second score for him, Brock, already. And we aren't even out of this opening quarter yet.
Yeah, I think I just saw that D coordinator rip up his game plan down on the sidelines, because you got to find some new resources here. You got to dedicate more bodies, more physicality to this playmaker, because we know in this league, when you get a guy going like this, they're going to go to him until you stop him.
On is Moody for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the 49ers drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Fielded at the 7. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Back out comes the Chicago offense for their second drive. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. Here's Swift to start the drive. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The stop made that time by the rookie from Florida State.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This offense may want to try and disguise their run a little bit. I don't know if it's the O-lineman's stance. I don't know if it's a cadence. I don't know what it is, but after 2 straight plays going backwards, this defense is all over it.
Completed here to Komet. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
We don't get a return out of that punt. And the 49ers will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Pressure comes, Purdy. Has the open man downfield. Here he goes again. George Kittle. And they're going to take this in for the San Francisco touchdown. The 49ers take a 20-zip lead. George Kittle, the touchdown. The 23rd of the season, tying the record for receiving scores in 1 year. On is Moody for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the 49ers push their lead to 21-zip already. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. That's the end of one, and yikes, things looking a little out of hand already. 21-0 our score. Back to Levi's Stadium right after this. We're back and all set for the second quarter. Bears football. They'll get to work here. 1st and 10. First down throw by Williams. pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Desperation's a tricky thing, Kate. You love defenses when they're desperate and they're just playing on edge. But offensively, you're in a hole like this, the worst thing you could do is get desperate in a sack. Oh, it only adds further insult to injury.
Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop. Let's see what they went with on third down. Out of the gun, here's Williams. Pass cocked by Adunze. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Chicago brings out the punting unit. Christian McCaffrey back deep to return. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. He's got it at the 24. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The 49ers returning their offense and this running back to the field. And that front is really going to need to buckle down and provide some more opposition because he's gotten off to an excellent start here. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They kick the running back in motion. Purdy on first down. Puts his body on the line, and he got it! Well, he sure has come out throwing a good ball today, and the passing game has really been clicking early on thanks to his efforts.
Yeah, his plays really elevated the start his pass catchers have been able to have as a result. And you know what they're all thinking right now? This could be a game where we all get to put up some serious numbers, especially if he keeps throwing it like this.
Flush down out to his left. Now here he goes. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a 49er first down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Off the option, here's McCaffrey. Pushing for the red zone. Touchdown, San Francisco! The 49ers running away so far with that 27-zip gain. Christian McCaffrey, the touchdown. Well, Brock started small at first, but then he found that lane, and it was a race to the end zone from that point on.
And it takes a little bit of everybody. How many times do we hear these coaches tell us, if you're going to get a run play for a big gain, it takes the whole group, all 10 of them around him have to do their job. Got to block up front, receivers got to block on the perimeter, they all get it done, and a big chunk run follows.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. And it's still largely a rough outline, Brock. Not a finalized picture just yet, but our playoffs are starting to take shape. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Williams on the play action. Got Everett, and it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
We're working a couple of yards past the line. Talanoa Hufanga there to make the play. Williams to throw on third. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Fourth down punt upcoming. Here's Torrey Taylor to put his leg into it. McCaffrey is waiting for it. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fielded at the 11. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. The 49ers headed back out on offense as we get another look at Brock Purdy. And last drive, he reached one of those numbers that everyone looks at as a benchmark after the season ends, Brock. Quite the year that he's put together finding the end zone. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the first down.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Forced out to his right. He takes it himself, and he'll get it up to the 44.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
First down throw by Purdy. Hits his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And it brings up a San Francisco first down. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Purdy gets this from the pistol. On the move, headed right. That one's complete, right side. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. And he has stayed productive throughout this game. He's up to the 300-yard mark after that last completion. Really has been a solid showing for him finding his targets. So it's the 2-minute warning here from the home of the faithful. And it's the 49ers looking at 1st and 10. They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Purdy throwing here. Buys time, rolling right. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. To throw again, it's Purdy. Chased out to his right. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Come on, set. Go.
Now Purdy. This one's caught. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. The Bears decide to call their first timeout, as they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Escapes the pocket. That's incomplete on 4th down, and they'll turn over possession.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop. That's exactly what they did.
The Bears offense now heads back out to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. First down, Williams. Wow, wide open here, complete. And he goes out of bounds just past the 15-yard line. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Williams. Searches. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. Trying again following the sack. Has his man. It's Odunze. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. Timeout Chicago. It uses its second.
Here we go, set.
Williams to throw on first. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the hits just keep coming for them on this play, it seems. Elsewhere on the field, they've got a player hurt and in need of some attention. After the sack, another pass on second down. Fits it through the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. Offense up to the line fast. Escapes out to the left. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
A gain of 19 yards.
So we're halfway through this contest from Santa Clara, California. The hometown 49ers out in front. Now we're on to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman ready to bring us the EA Sports Halftime Report. All yours, Coach. Take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. More from you and Brock in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful...
And I guess we'll follow up with the rest of the NFL after this one ends. We're moving right along to the start of the second half. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Starting from the 5. And this drive will start inside the 25. Here comes the offense for the Bears to begin the second half. All the touchdowns have come from one side of the field, Brock. They're still looking for their first points of any kind in a game that has gotten out of hand. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Running behind center with Swift. And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a first down. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Staying grounded with Swift. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. 2 yards on the pickup. And that's good for a Bears first down. Going to run again with Swift. And he gets his offense forward to the 44-yard line. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
Williams from the gun. Komet brings it in. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
From the 46. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of...
Forces that one, and it's intercepted. Charvarius Ward picks it off. And the 49ers will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
A lot of defenders got some offense in their background, and it's been my life experience that they'll tell you about it. And right there, he put it on display. He brought in the pick and instantly became a runner, searching for the open field to add a little something to the return.
The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. They'll start the second half with McCaffrey. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Ready?
From the gun is Purdy. Hits him on the out route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's a 49er first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Purdy throwing here on first. Flushed out of the pocket. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And he gets this forward to the 19.
Ooh, he knew he was going to pay for throwing that. I knew it from up here in the booth watching that happen. But that's an experienced quarterback. If that first primary target isn't there, make sure you find your safety valve. And that got them some yards, so taking that shot, well, it was not for nothing.
It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Forced out to his right. He can run it.
You know, that's exactly how a defense should adapt as the play progresses. They blanketed everybody in coverage, but still kept all eyes on the quarterback to keep him from breaking containment. He got out for no gain, but that feels like a sack for those defenders.
Shotgun snap for Purdy. Headed out right. He's keeping it again. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The 49ers push their lead further to start the half. Brock Purdy with the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. And that's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. Chicago getting set to take the field now. And we'll see if they go right back to the passing game here, coming off an interception they threw in enemy territory. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. Bronco switch. Unlock line.
They run the counter with Swift. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Has his man, it's Swift. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. Diamador Lenore, they're on the stop. Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Out of the gun, here's Williams. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. That's Deshaun Gibson. And the 49ers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game without 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these interceptions behind and press forward ahead.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Ready.
Here's Purdy to throw. That's brought in by Jennings. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They strike for 23 yards. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
All set up now for 1st and 10. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs. It gets the better defenses in this league.
Second down now, 7 to go. They stick with McCaffrey. And he'll go down. Looks like they're marking him at the 11. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that's a 49er first down.
That's the type of call that offensively, man, it just builds so much confidence. I don't even think they were looking to get the first down. Just get to a manageable 3rd down. But instead, they move the chains. And that is one disheartening look on that defense.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he maneuvers through the middle for a gain of 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5.
A gain of 2 on the play.
Here we go,
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. It's 49ers football, and they are hurting for points. They start this quarter with a huge lead. Third and 4 coming up now.
Here we go, here we go. Ready?
Purdy to throw it. The back's got it. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Moody knocks it through. And they didn't even need those points when you look at how impressive that lead is.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Bears and Caleb Williams running out for their next drive. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32. That throw finds Komet. And this one does not go far. 49ers stacking up the secondary. Look at that. They're in the dime. 3rd down. To throw is Williams. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Let's go now. Go.
First down throw by Williams. And this one's incomplete. Too low as it skips off the ground.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Oh, look at this. Here he goes. That play good for 17 on a first down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
He's got him. That's Swift. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Has the connection to a Doomsday. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. On the give, it's Swift. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. This is Swift. And he gets this down to the 22 before being stopped. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here. Williams on the play action. Got Everett, and it's complete. And he takes this in. Touchdown, Chicago. The Bears making the scoreboard look a touch better. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he could rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer, nobody.
Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And those legs must be tired, but he ain't stopping, Brock. Not with the type of game that he's been having for himself on the ground. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go, sack.
Purdy gets this from the pistol. Caught by the tight end, running that corner. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 24-yard gash, and it gives them the 1st down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
The Bears close it in, and they'll get him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Another try following the sack. On the move, headed right. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Purdy throwing here. That's caught. He found some space. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. And with that last throw, a memorable one for him because it gets him to the 3,000-yard plateau for the year. To mark every quarterback tries and honestly expects to hit over the course of a regular season. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. From the gun, McCaffrey. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Let's go now.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he's got 5, and we've got our 2-minute warning. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4.
Go. Go.
McCaffrey running between the tackles. And he'll go down here at the 16. It's a gain of 4 there. And it brings up a San Francisco first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Ready.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Buys time, rolling right. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Chased out to his right. Now he takes it. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. On 3rd down, Purdy. And they're not stopping the destruction, partner. That is caught. Touchdown. The 49ers continue adding to an insurmountable lead. George Kittle, the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
That one splits the uprights. And the 49ers continue piling on to this lead. Here's Wishnowski now to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here come the Bears back out on offense. And they'll get one final chance in a game that, to put it mildly, Brock, has been a bit of a miserable experience for them. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Fred Warner. And forget the turnover, Brock. They take it back for a late touchdown. Thrown at the depth where linebackers coming to play in coverage, partner. And sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
On is Moody for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the 49ers grow their lead yet again. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Fielded at the 7. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. And they can really do what they want with these last couple of snaps afforded to them because the outcome already... Oh, he loses the football. And this is picked up by the 49ers. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Wow, they're going to pass it here. Complete. We're down to 9 seconds left. The timeout's taken now as we have 1, possibly 2 snaps remaining in this ball game. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Now it's Purdy. She's made down the right side. And 4 seconds seconds remaining. They're going to take a timeout. All right, one more snap to play here. Purdy on first down. And this is into the end zone, but incomplete. It was a win no matter what. So they decided, hey, let's try for another touchdown and knee it out. Either way, this one's over. So the 49ers earn the win in this one. And this winning streak continues to grow as they claim their 4th victory in a row. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. It's a win for the 49ers, as we'll see you next time from Santa Clara.